Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We're on East Washington Avenue across from Festival Foods inside the Robinia Courtyard. It's summertime and it's such a great time to eat outdoors. You can have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and more. We'll learn later what kind of events they have here. And it is summer. It's a great time for traditions like the farmers market and art fair on and off the square. We're talking about art fair off the square right now with Leslie Blanton. She's the executive director. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So let's start with the details. When, where?
Well, it's July 14th and 15th on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, leading up to the Monona Terrace Esplanade.
Okay, that's a Saturday and a Sunday.
It is.
And what would you say makes this event particularly special?
This is a juried art fair that is a exclusively Wisconsin art fair. All of our exhibitors, all of our food vendors, the majority of our vendors in general are all from Wisconsin.
And how many artists are there?
There are 130 individual artists, and then we also have the High School Clay Coalition, which is the students for East and West High School in their ceramics department, and they all vend their ceramics that they make in class.
How exciting for them, right?
It's great.
Okay, so we love that the feature of this is all Wisconsin-based art. What kind of art are we talking? Besides the ceramics for the students?
Everything. There's glass and painting, photography, sculpture.
Do you have a favorite?
Oh, no.
Yeah, don't dare say that on camera.
No, I actually don't even have a favorite.
Really?
There's really a lot of ones I like very much.
Okay. How many years has this been going on?
This is our 39th year.
That's amazing. What a fantastic tradition.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, do you have a featured artist every year, as I understand? So, who's the featured artist this year, and where's he going to be?
Gregory Frederick is our featured artist. He's the painter. He did this painting, Purring
cool.
Love.
Wow.
And he will be in booth number 1 at the head of our art fair at the intersection of Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard and Doty Street.
So again, his type of art is?
He's a painter. His paintings are amazing.
That's
I'm not
beautiful.
picking a favorite, but he's wonderful.
Oh, and I've been to your event before and I love it, but where do you recommend people to park?
Well, with the construction that's happening in that area, there's really going to be limited parking. So we really recommend that you park in the Monona Terrace parking lot.
Okay.
Then you can just take the elevator up, and it's the easiest place to get your packages, all your purchases, everything you bought at our art fair, right back to your vehicle. And then there's air conditioning and bathrooms right there, so you can take a break.
Very
And
nice.
Right.
they have a
Yeah.
cafe on the top, so it's a nice spot.
That is a
very
great,
nice.
great
Yeah.
advice. I'm wondering if you have any other advice for folks that are thinking of attending.
Bring water. Don't bring your dog.
Don't bring your dog, okay?
Do not bring your dog. No. Fortunately, we're getting all the heat out of our system right now, so it should be nice and cool, but there's
Good.
a lot of people. It's really not a place for dogs. Great place for kids, not a great place for dogs.
And do a lot of these vendors accept only cash? Do you have to worry about packing cash?
Our t-shirts are only cash, but most of the vendors will have credit card capabilities.
This t-shirt
Okay.
right here?
Yeah, the t-shirt will be available at the art fair info booth.
Good to know.
So 39 years, that's incredible. Now, how long have you been a part of Art Fair Off the Square?
Since 2011.
Okay, all right, so you've got some years under your
I
belt.
do,
And
yeah.
how did you get involved?
Oh, I was suckered into it. My dad is the former art fair director, and
Okay.
he signed me up to work in the t-shirt booth, and if you show you're good at something, they take you from there.
That's
So-
the trouble with doing a good job,
It
right?
is, it is. I couldn't wish for a better job, though. It's great.
Wow.
Do you have a favorite part of running this event and being at the head of it?
The artists are amazing. All of these Wisconsin artists are so dynamic and so kind and so talented and so generous with their time. This is entirely run by the artists, so all of our volunteers, the majority of them are the artists themselves.
Oh, that's cool.
So we really strive to have everybody connected, and artists do most of the promotions. So
I was wondering about volunteers and if anyone were to be interested, maybe for next year. Do you use volunteers outside of being an artist?
absolutely, we do need artists, non-artist volunteers for when the artists are actively working. And we are still soliciting volunteers for this year as
Oh,
well. You
okay.
can find them on our
great.
website.
There
There's
you
an
go.
artist volunteer link.
And speaking of artists, so your featured artist, Gregory Frederick, I'm curious, how do you choose a featured artist? Because doesn't everyone want to be featured?
It's hard. The board of directors, we do an anonymous vote, and then we kind of filter it out through there from the submissions from the artists. So it has to be someone who has already exhibited and will exhibit again, so to be eligible. and it's definitely a challenge.
Speaking of which, how many of these artists? So let's see, there's over 140?
130 exhibitors.
130, and they're all from Wisconsin. Are most of these repeat exhibitors?
We actually have 20 new exhibitors this year, but yes, people do come back. We are a 3-year process, so if you're in for 1 year, you're in for 3.
Oh, okay.
So usually people will do the 3 and then they will jury again and likely get back in as long as their quality of work stays up to par.
I see.
And they have to pass some sort of is it like a jury to get into the Art Fair off the Square?
Yes,
Okay.
we do a very vigorous jury process.
Yeah.
All right, well, Leslie Blanton, thank you so much. We're talking Art Fair off the Square, a great Madison tradition. We'll be right back with more Wisconsin Family right after this commercial break.